What does the Bible say about having a miscarriage? Experiencing a miscarriage is a devastating time for a woman. Commonly, she finds herself struggling with feelings of guilt and fear, confusion, heartbreak, and even isolation. It's common for a woman to blame herself. She thinks, well, it's because I was doing exercise or I wasn't eating right or something like that, even though it absolutely was not her fault. Statistics tell us that 1 in 4 pregnancies will end in miscarriage. And Christian women want to know, what does the Bible say about this subject? What happens to a baby who is miscarried? First, we need to understand that Genesis chapter 1 and verse 27 says that mankind has been created in the image of God. What does that mean? It's a reference to the fact that I have a soul. We all have souls. And so at the point of conception, when the egg meets the sperm, God places a soul in that newly formed tiny human being. And Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5 says that God knows us when we are still in the womb. Secondly, when any person dies, his or her soul returns to God. Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 7 says, the spirit will return to God who gave it. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 3 teaches us that little children are innocent and pure in God's sight. And so when a little child is miscarried, that child goes to paradise to be with the Lord. Luke 16 and verse 22 describes the death of the righteous as being escorted by angels to paradise. Thirdly, if you are a faithful child of God, when you die, you'll get to see your child again. There's an amazing passage in 2 Samuel chapter 12 and verse 23. After David had lost the child that he had with Bathsheba, David said, now he is dead. Why should I fast? Can I bring him back again? I shall go to him, but he shall not return to me. You see, David was looking forward to a time when he would see his child again, and he noticed and he planned for seeing this child, and he was taking comfort in this fact. Now, somebody asked me a very interesting question recently. I want you to listen carefully to this. The person said, if a woman has lost her mother or her grandmother to death, and then later this woman miscarries a baby, will her mother or her grandmother who's in paradise know that baby when that baby goes to paradise? This is what I know. Friends, the Bible absolutely teaches that we will know one another in the next life. Now, some people say, well, how do you know that? How will we recognize one another? I don't know all the answers to these questions, but I know that David was looking forward to and planning to see and know his baby. And so I would say, yes, that grandmother is going to see that precious little child that belonged to her daughter, and she's going to know that baby. Isn't that a beautiful and a comforting thought? And so when a miscarriage occurs, that baby passes from this life, and his or her soul is carried by angels to paradise to be with all of the faithful who have gone on before. We can only imagine these sweet reunions that are going to take place. And finally, when the day comes that that mother and that father of that baby pass from this life, they too can look forward to seeing their child in paradise.